The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. I'm Nikki Glaser. How are you today? I am here in St. Louis, Missouri. My mother is here in the chair that was once sat in by Andrew Collin. Noah is in Arizona. Let's right out of the gate. Let's just get to it. Andrew is no longer on the show, as you saw from his Instagram post, I guess on Thursday? And so it all went down on Wednesday. We found out from him Wednesday morning. Noah and I found out in a text that he was not going to be doing the show anymore. And it was sudden for sure, but you know, like everything's sudden. I don't like when people go like, this is the first time hearing of this. And it's like, well, there's a first for everything. So at some point you got to hear something for the first time.
That's right.
So when people go, it was sudden, it's like, well, everything's going to be, everything, there's always like a pre-conversation that's going on before you get the news. You're not always a part of every conversation. And so this was something that I feel like Noah, you and I kind of maybe saw coming, just didn't know it was going to happen so fast.
Right.
Andrew definitely is, you know, coming into his own as an artist and as a comedian and doing more things like in his own name, with his own name. And it's hard to make a name for yourself on a show that doesn't have your name on it. And he kind of, we would say, outgrew the show and is on to bigger, and I literally hope better things for him. And so that was kind of what happened. And there was a lot of things behind the scenes that I'm not going to get into that led to this decision that, you know, are not anything like so juicy or sordid that I'm hiding from you guys. You know, there's definitely things that, you know, there's maybe slight drama behind the scenes, but it's nothing that is like deserves your speculation or your, you know, choosing a side or anything like that. It's
not anything extraordinary.
Really,
it's just
it isn't. And
mundane.
I know you're like, well, then why don't you tell us? It's because, well, I can't tell you because there's things that are going on in Andrew's life that I think led to this decision that is up to him to disclose regarding his future and what he wants to do with his life. And so, yeah, he's not on the show anymore. And it sucks. I mean, I totally feel your pain, everyone who has expressed that. I got to say, I haven't really gotten into the comments on either the post that I posted on our Instagram. That was just thanking you guys for nice messages, not only about Andrew leaving, but including, you know, just sympathetic messages, not nice, not like, go Nikki, no Andrew, nothing like that. Just like people being like, sorry for this went down or whatever you said. I was just addressing that. And also I'm doing the podcast once a week now. So a lot of people wrote and were like, do what you need to do, girl. Like, we are there for you. So I was just addressing that. And then there's so many comments flooded in on both that Nikki, and I know Andrew's post.
Right. And I looked at the comments just out of curiosity. A lot of people are wondering if you and Andrew are going to remain friends after this. That's been a big question, and I think it'd be good to answer.
Well, from my perspective, I feel like and this happens a lot in professional relationships, the friendship kind of deteriorates, especially since we haven't been in the same city, we haven't been on tour together, we don't live together anymore. I mean, this podcast started when we were like living together, and so our friendship wasn't as strong as it has been in the past already, and this, you know, I think we're both like equally a little bit like bruised on each side, but it doesn't take away from like the love that we have for each other. So there's no like, I am never going to talk to him again. And like, I look forward to a time when we can go back to the way it was and just be like best friends again. But right now it's not like we're like psyched to hang out together. And we weren't even really hanging out together before, aside from doing the show. So it kind of is a natural extension of what was already. Nothing's really going to change except we're just not doing a podcast together. I'll miss so much about him. I will miss just his silly commentary, his hilarious one-liners, the way his brain thinks. I'll miss
his wheezing laugh.
I'll miss his laugh so much. Mom, will you get a wheeze going on?
No,
this.
he's like Snuffy Smith laugh or something.
Well, you'll still hear it on the Reddit dump. When we do Reddit dump, you'll still hear us laugh at the end there. People said today that we took that out. We did not take that out. We took him out of the intro on the YouTube because since he doesn't work for the show anymore, we can't legally use his image. So that's the only reason. It wasn't because we're like, we're cutting you out of the show. Yeah. We're not going to do the thing that happens on Howard Stern sometimes when people leave where he just never speaks of them again, like they don't exist and they never did exist. Andrew is still a part of our world. Andrew and I made so many inside jokes on the show. I am mourning the loss of my co-host as much as you're mourning the loss of the co-host of your, hopefully favorite podcast. I totally understand if you're feeling frustrated, let down, not into the show as much, like kind of like, I don't want to listen anymore. And like all of those feelings that come up whenever something changes about a show you love. Like I, as a fan of podcasts, as a fan of TV, as a fan of just entertainers, I hate when things change. I hate when, even seeing Dave Matthews Band, Boyd Tinsley, on the violin, he like, had a whole thing. He was the violinist for Dave Matthews Band. Okay. And he's extraordinary. Really made what Dave Matthews Band like sounds like, what that he gave that sound to it. There's like strings going on in the songs. And I went to go see him live and I'm like, man, I miss Boyd Tinsley, even though he was let go because he like allegedly was trying to have sex with underage kids or something. Oh, God. No, they brought in a symphony at one part, but like there was no violins. There was no fill-in. And I was like, I need that violin. And there's a flavor to Boyd's playing that I don't think really could be replicated by anyone else. So there was something in it missing for me that goes, this isn't the same as like, it doesn't sound the same as the album. So there is going to be changes about the show. There's going to be things you miss. Without question. It would be weird if there weren't. They were going to miss certain dynamics of us, whether it was good things or bad things. Like we brought it all here. We had gotten in arguments on the show. We had expressed our love for one another. We made up. We laughed hysterically together. Like I will miss all of that as well. And I definitely acknowledge everyone saying how disappointed they are and how sad they are. I felt that way when Andy Richter and Conan separated. I would have felt that way if I had lived through Art Garfunkel and Paul Simon. I would have been so upset about that. Even though, when things move on, you get used to the new thing. And I don't mean to treat this like your mommy and daddy aren't living in the same house anymore, but you'll still have 2 Christmases. The thing is, you will get 2 Christmases. Andrew, I'm 100% sure will be starting either Puddles he'll pick up again, or he will do a new reiteration of that. So you will get 2 Christmases. You can listen to both of our podcasts.
One more really funny episode coming up with Andrew on Wednesday.
That is true. We pre-taped an episode that is so funny coming up on Wednesday. Yeah. So you will hear that. So you get 2 this week, even though I'm just doing 1 for the rest of the week. But we pre-taped that 1. So you've 1 more episode with Mommy and Daddy still together under the same house. So yeah, I think that addresses everything. We just need a period of like, we just decided to end this. And in a relationship, when you break up with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, everyone's like, are you guys still going to be friends? You were best friends. That's why it was fun. So weird about breakups is you go from like being in love and sleeping in the same bed to like, we're never talking again. Right. And the thing is, the best relationships that break up because it's just a conflict of interest of like, well, I want kids and you don't, or I want to move, I want to be close to my parents and you don't. When it's something like that, where it's like, we love each other, but it's just this one thing. That's kind of like it was with me and Andrew. It's like, I think it's just more circumstantial.
This is the healthier thing for your friendship.
Yes, in the long run. But like a relationship that just split, we're going to need some time to not be we just need some time on our own to like figure out who we are on our own and let kind of it was traumatic last week, I want to say, for me and I'm sure for him too. To both go through this like major life change, and for him to leave the show, I mean, that's a big change in his life. So I feel for him and whatever he's going through, and I'm glad he has a support system in his family and his girlfriend and all of you guys who are fans who are writing to him. So yeah, we will be friends again. You'll see us hanging out at some point again, but not on this podcast. And I hope you still listen. And if you don't, I totally understand. But the show will go on. And I don't want you to think that whoever mommy brings in here to hang out with her is going to replace Andrew. There's literally no plan. I promise you. The show is already going to change a lot, I think, in the new year. I think we were going to take this time of doing one episode a week to reevaluate what we like, what we don't like. And then in that time of taking it once a week, something big happened. So now we're revamping everything, and there will be changes to the show, but they will be all in the best interest of you, the listener, and us to be having as much fun as possible on the show. So if I have someone in that's new and you're like, and he's sitting in Andrew's chair and you're like, this guy's not Andrew, please just know that he's not Andrew. I'm not there's no co-host. I'm not auditioning co-hosts. There's nothing like that happening. There's no need to weigh in on my guests.
That's not why I'm here. I honestly...
Well, I wanted you here today because I was going to have my friend Bobby in, who I'm going to have in at some point. But I told Bobby, I was like, he was booked before Andrew quit. And so I told Bobby, hey, I don't want fans to think that you might be a replacement. And and I know that I would hate you if I was a listener, just being a new guy sitting in Andrew's chair.
Right.
So I was like, let's bring in someone that everyone already has a lot of affection for, including me some days. It's my mom, Julie Glaser.
Hi, Nikki.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah? You're feeling a little under the weather?
Yeah, I have a little throat issue and a little cough.
You know, when you said that to me coming over, you wrote to me and you go, do you have any throat tea? And I'm like, this bitch got COVID? Are you bringing COVID? I got to sing the National Anthem in 2 days. You know that, right? Or 3 days.
Did you kiss me? No.
No.
Julie's facing the opposite direction of Nikki.
She
for
just
those who aren't
slowly
looking.
turned the other way. Like
Are
it's gonna,
you?
Yeah, give the wall COVID. that wall needs something on it anyway. Andrew took down his racket.
I think I have COVID, but I was kind of looking up coughing, and your dad's kind of...
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you have a dry cough. You have a
Is
headache?
that a sign?
Do you have a headache?
No, I'm not saying.
Oh my God. My mom's giving me COVID and I have to sing the national anthem. You know what? It doesn't, you could have told me you had COVID and active COVID, and you're like, I would have still had you come over because I just did not want to do this podcast with no one here.
Aw.
So I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, I won't breathe on you.
And if I get COVID, there's an excuse for if I sound horrid on Thursday.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So this morning I'm singing, I'm the Grand Marshal of the St. Louis Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Right.
On Thursday, which
Are you
is
going to be on a
Thanksgiving.
float or walking?
Yes. So I'm going to be on a float.
And we
My
get to be in the
Fitbit is
parade,
not going
too.
to get any action that day.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom, I just got word today that my family gets to be on a trolley behind me.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Meet me in St. Louis.
Yes.
Meet me at the fair.
I love a parade.
Yeah, what is it from? You always said that as a kid.
It's from-
I love a
I
parade.
think it's from Annie Mame or something.
Oh, yeah. Everything you guys quoted back then was from that movie that I've
Love
never
that
seen.
movie.
I've never seen it.
We're watching it.
Your
then.
favorite movie is Funny Girl, right?
That used to be.
Why not? What's it now? Shrek?
Anti-Mame.
Shrek 2?
Anti-Mame.
No, what is your real favorite movie? I think Funny
Probably
Girl.
Funny Girl was.
What, anything recent you've seen that really knocked your socks off?
No, I just always liked The Godfather. You know, that's always
Classics.
classic.
I've never seen it. You know I met Coppola.
I know.
I know. Do you know who got that role?
What do you mean? Who got that role?
The role
one
that I
you
went out
auditioned
for.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Who?
Chloe Fineman. She's the girl who does. She's the blonde girl on SNL who does amazing impressions.
Oh my God.
I am just thrilled to lose that role to her.
Oh my God.
Because I knew it was going to go. He was looking for a comedian. That was the vibe, and I was just like, just don't let it be a stand up. Because I would have felt like, man, he did want to stand up, and I didn't get it. When Judd Apatow was casting funny people for the role of Seth Rogen's girlfriend, or the girl that she's a comedian in the movie, and she's like, one of the ones they're friends with. The script, I was babysitting for Judd Apatow at the time for Iris and Maude, and I saw scripts of funny people laying out, and I read one of them, or I heard that Judd was going around to comedy clubs. This is before Judd was back doing stand up, and he was going to comedy clubs to look for stand-up comics for this role. And it was a 25-year-old girl, and the scene you read for the audition, she was a Wilco fan. And at the time, all I wore was Wilco shirts because I was trying to attract a man who liked Wilco.
Right.
I manifested it. Chris loves Wilco.
You still wear it.
I still wear a lot of Wilco
He
stuff.
loves you already. Stop wearing it.
Oh, Chris. Now I wear.
You got him. You got him.
I should start wearing all the things he loves. F1 racing. He went to see Elton John last night.
Oh,
I know.
in St. Louis?
No.
Oh.
In Los Angeles.
Okay.
We have a lot to talk about, but I wanted to say there's a couple things I want to tie up. Okay, so funny people. I heard he was looking for a comedian, and so I don't even know if I told the story on this podcast. I wrote to him and asked for an audition, and I was like, I would never use my role in your life as your babysitter ever to look for. I never took this job to get anything from you in any way, and I really didn't. But I was like, but there is a role in your movie that is who I am, a 25-year-old struggling stand-up comedian who loves Wilco. And I was like, I cannot ask for an audition. And he gave me one, and I didn't get it. But when it went to Aubrey Plaza, I was so happy because she wasn't a stand-up. And I was like, oh, good. And
What
so when
a
I went to
relief,
Chloe
yeah.
Feynman, I was like, okay, at least it's not stand-up. When Taylor Swift put a bunch of comedians in her music video for Anti-Hero, one of which was Mike Birbiglia, a stand-up, I was still happy it wasn't a female stand-up. I want to be the first female stand-up in her video. But he is in that video. Did you know Mike Birbiglia is in Taylor Swift's video? My friend.
I might have heard that, but
Yeah.
he's in a lot of things.
He's in a lot of things.
He's
He's on
very
Broadway right
popular
now.
right now.
But your favorite movie, Funny Girl?
Yeah.
You always used to tell me that was your favorite movie. I remember my Dr. Abusive, my therapist,
Right?
Maya
Is that what you
Abusive.
called her?
Well, I say my abusive therapist so much that Noah one day was like, it sounds like her name is Maya Abusive. And so I call her Dr. Abusive.
Okay.
So Dr. Abusive, she one day was like, you know what you need to see? Funny Girl. And I was
What?
like, really? That's my mom's favorite movie. I've never seen it. And she was like, that's the story of your life right now. And I was like, what is the story of my
Wow.
life? And she was like, that a man's trying to shape who you are and is just going to steal who you are and exploit you. And I was just like, this really isn't what's happening at all in my relationship. You're not listening, bitch.
That's
but
kind of not really
Right?
the story.
not at all. She didn't. Whenever she would ever weigh in on my relationships, I'd be like, "You're way out of line," and then she'd go, "And you're not a beauty," and I'd go, "That you're right on the money."
Whoa.
She was like, "Yeah." She would.
She was awful. I never said anything about her.
You say stuff about her now, but do you know she wrote me the other night?
You're kidding.
I had not talked to her. Did I talk about this on air, Noah?
Yes. Yeah.
Already? Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'll tell my
okay.
mom. I had not talked to her in 6 years, and she wrote to me, "Watch." What was this show?
It was like something mothers.
Bad Moms or something.
Yeah.
Watch Bad Moms or something, like some show about working moms. Watch Working Moms. That's all it said. Cryptic in the middle of the night. I was in Atlanta. I would just flown there to shoot a show, and I got into
Weird.
town. It's like 2:00 in the
So
morning,
weird.
but she's on the West Coast. It's like 11 o'clock where she is, and I wrote on my Instagram, "What does this mean?" And I think it's just she was just like, "This is a funny show. Nikki should do something like this."
Oh.
Yeah, she was always telling me I'm not funny, so she was trying to direct
What
me to
a
funny things.
weirdo. Who goes to someone like that? Why didn't you pick up on that long time ago?
Because you don't, this is the whole thing of when people go, why do you stay with him if he beats you? Why do you stay with him if he's mean? Because it's a cycle of abuse. They convince you that you're shit and that you already think you're shit.
my
So if they
God.
keep doing it, you feel like they know you more than anyone. And she would call me and say, I'm the only one who loves you.
Oh my God.
So shout out to
Wait, how long did
the
you go
love
to
of
her?
my life.
I know we probably got to go to break, but
5 years. I got to go to break.
yeah. You gotta go to break.
4 years, probably something like
Jeez.
that. But
I
I got a lot of good stuff from her. I really did. I
Okay.
took the good and took the bad, and I got a good story, and I learned a lot. I probably would have been swindled again had it not happened to me. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for all the things that go wrong in my life. You look back and you go, oh, well, that was a good lesson. Not everything, but pretty much everything. Let's go to break and come
This
back
is
and
the
talk.
week to be grateful.
It is. It's Thanksgiving, and we'll talk about Thanksgiving a little bit more when we get back. All right, we're back. My mom's got a tickle in her throat. She's
Yes.
coughing off air. My mom is blasting COVID all over this small, tiny room. What, are you
say
nervous for me to
that.
sing the national anthem? I have a feeling you are.
No, I have full confidence you can nail
All
this.
I can think about is when I go for that high note at the end. That's like, in the land of the free. That one.
Yeah, you got it. See?
Well, that was off. You don't know what key I'm going to do it in. That could have been a lower key.
Are you doing a key of C?
I want to do it the
Just
highest key I can do it, just to because whenever I practice, I go. My mom is going to freak out. She's going to be anticipating that.
I'll anticipate it for sure.
You'll anticipate it?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you're very worried, and I can't wait to hit that note and have you just go, oh, thank God.
You're gonna nail it, Nikki. I really feel
It'll be okay. It'll be cold outside. I will do my best. I'll tell you
my
this.
God,
it
I'm so
won't
excited.
be like my first pitch. It'll be much more like impressive than that. And as someone who's a comedian where everyone goes, you are singing the national anthem. I went and did a bunch of news today. That's why you go, where are you going?
Oh.
My mom said to me right before we started, what are you dressed up for? But I'm not even dressed up. I just have full makeup on, kind of. I did
Okay.
my face.
Okay.
But I went to KMOV, Channel 4, which is
okay.
where the Thanksgiving Day Parade is going to air. You could probably watch it live online if you don't live in St. Louis.
Wait, isn't it gonna be on TV?
Yeah, but I'm saying in St. Louis it'll be on TV.
Oh, I
but
see.
most
Anybody
people
else.
aren't
Okay.
living in St. Louis. You got to think outside the box.
I thought
you know?
everyone lived here. I feel like they should. Or anyway, well that's awesome.
And you'll be behind me in the
I'm
float.
gonna be in the trolley waving like
Miss
Are you going
America.
to be doing
Miss
backup
America.
vocals?
Oh yeah, you could.
I'll sing behind in the trolley when it's ding ding ding.
Well, do you know that the Graham Bensinger show that I did?
Yes.
Okay, so during that, there's on YouTube. There's me. It chronicles like my whole voice experience, and I really don't care for the titles of all of the YouTube clips. They really sensationalize the titles. They're like, Nikki Glaser wants her boyfriend to fuck other women, and I'm just like,
Oh
isn't
my
this
God,
like
really?
a news journalism show, or it's like. It's just really like crazy titles. Anyway, in it, when I go get my voice checked on, he was there filming
Oh,
the first
I
time
know.
I sing or the first time I talk.
Right.
So I talk, and then my doctor is like, sing something, which I did not. He does that to like Adele. My doctor's operated on Adele. So it's interesting to go, Adele, sing something. But I'm not a singer, but he knows that my passion is singing. But I'm embarrassed to sing in front of him because he's used to like, Adele, Julie Andrews, like
Right.
John Mayer, on and on. So many other clients that I can't even tell you that he had because there's an NDA and I'm not supposed to say HIPAA or whatever. He's Hippos. And so
You should hear them sing. They're great.
hippos are so cute. I'm obsessed with them
yes.
and they're so fast.
Yeah.
Do you know that they're so fast?
No,
they're the
I-
most dangerous animal in the world.
I might believe that. Yeah. I
You
know
might
they can-
believe it. There's nothing to might believe.
Well,
is
I
a
mean,
fact, Julie.
I can either want to or not.
What
And if
called
I
you
want
Julie?
to, then I'll say I might.
Yeah,
Believe
hippos
it.
are really dangerous.
Yeah, I know they could. Their thwerful jaws could kill.
they're
anything.
fast as fuck though. Like they look
yeah.
really tubby
They
and have
swim?
short. They on the bottom of if you Google this video where there is a hippo chasing a boat and they can get up to like I'm exaggerating, but I think like 25 miles an hour
Wow.
in the water.
That's
They
amazing.
And so
kill
they're
about
really fast.
500
Anyway.
people in Africa,
A year.
according to the internet. Yeah, a year.
Well, you see how fast they can
A
run
year.
on land and on water, Noah, as I continue. So thank you so much for looking that up. We just need to know. People need to know. We have a lot of listeners in Africa. Not that there's hippos like everywhere in
No,
Africa.
I think I've seen that before. That's so cool.
they're
Up to
so
30
dangerous,
miles
though.
per hour.
Whoa,
Dude,
in the water.
land.
Yeah, what's
On land.
in the water? On land.
land.
Okay, so that's pretty fucking fast.
Yeah, no,
How fast do you think humans can run? Top
I think
speed.
15 miles an hour.
Yeah, I would say like that's probably as much as I would get up to if I was being like, chased. If I was running from a hippo, so I'm dead
So you're dead.
I'm dead within-
He's overpowered you in seconds.
in seconds.
Yeah.
And black bears, don't even get me started on black bears. That's the scariest one.
Yeah, I don't wanna ever.
Bears are terrifying. Always carry bear spray. I don't care where you are.
yeah, I think that's a great idea. I got you some for Christmas.
Did you?
Going to.
You should get. I
I'm
would
going
love
to.
anything that would protect me from
Well,
the
listen, if-
horrors of the world.
Yeah.
Chris got me 2 things of mace.
Well, it's
2.
about time.
I go. How much do you think I'm going to use?
Well, he's just looking.
It's
out
just
for-
one for each part of my
It's
life.
about time he bought you some mace.
Yeah, it's about time. Well, he always buys me Mace CDs of the rapper Mace, and that's
Macy
really.
Gray.
I try to say goodbye and I choke. That's pretty good, Macy Gray.
Ooh,
Will you
yeah.
try to do one? You could.
I try to say hello, but I choke.
Yeah, you actually do try to say hello when you choke because you have COVID right
Because
now.
I have COVID. Right? I've never had COVID. I gotta
say
knock on some wood here.
Wait, you've never had it?
No, I haven't had
Oh,
COVID.
you think you're a little special
No,
lady
I
over there?
don't.
Oh, you think you're immune?
I think I'm due.
Yeah, you.
I was around a lot of people this weekend.
Well, great news. Okay,
I'm
so
sure I don't have it. I am.
welcome back to our special COVID episode where even Noah's going to get it through Zoom because my mom's
We're gonna get flagged.
I'm not going to get it.
teaming with it.
No.
So hippos can run 30 miles an hour. Oh, so anyway, when the first time I sang on that show, when he was like, you can sing now. And so I was just like kind of frazzled and I go, oh, say, can you see? And Anya and Matt, my tour manager, they laughed so hard when they watched that because they were like, why would she sing that? But they didn't know the context that before that I would been telling him, I'm going to sing the national anthem. I got asked to sing the national anthem.
Right.
And so there was context to that. But that's why so many things on TV, like taken out of context, I look insane. Just like the first thing I say as I put my hand on my heart, I'm like, oh, say, can you see? Like, that's so insane. But I've been practicing. So when I went into my vocal lesson for Oh Say Can You See, the national anthem, I think it's
The
called
Oh
the
Say
Star
Can You
Spangled.
See.
Yeah, OC Can You See? We only practice that first part because it's so hard. Like this is what you do with like voice lessons. So I was going like, oh, say, can you see? Like just that's like she was like, just sing it, like just get
Like
through
you're
it.
talking?
Or just like get through it. Oh, just to make sure you can hit all the notes. And then you go in and you're like, oh, say, can you
Put some feeling in it.
see? It's like you go, oh, say, can you see? And then it's like you don't realize in singing, every single word has like a push, a pull. And she's also like, every single song you've sang, do it like you want to fuck someone.
Wow.
Try to make it sound like every song. Make it sound like you want to fuck someone. Even like the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Oh,
round
I don't
and-
think so.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that with kids. But
Oh my God.
but
But I know everybody.
Bitsy spider went up a water spout. Like everything's. If you make things sexual, they sound better. I mean, she's
Well,
not saying that for
I'm
everything.
saying that song.
She would not-
Everyone tries to make that their own.
I know. Chris already told me. He goes, "What are you doing to it?"
Yeah.
And I go, "Don't worry. I'm not doing any. I'm doing a couple
You're
things
gonna
because that's the
fuck
thing.
it.
No, I'm not gonna fuck it.
You said that. That's what your singing teacher said.
No, like here's the thing. It's like so I'm gonna go like
So weird.
Oh, say can you see right by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming. So I'm gonna get through that without any flourish.
Yep.
Who's brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight or the ramparts we watch. I'm gonna go we watch.
Why are you doing that?
Because it's nothing. It makes it a little interesting.
do
I'm
it.
not going
Okay.
like, we
All right.
watch, or so gallantly streaming. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just doing a little
much.
bit of stuff.
All right.
Very subtly. Because you don't, it's boring to just listen to it flat. You gotta bring something
Well,
to it.
everyone's just crossing their fingers when they hear that song. That are they going to make it through?
Have you ever not heard someone make it through
Well,
besides Fergie?
you've heard
Yes.
the Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, Roseanne did it on purpose.
She did
though.
that on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard
I-
people not make it.
Really?
I most recently, I went to an event and they brought out this country artist, right? And you think like country, he would know the national anthem. He started it and then he stopped and he said, guys, I'm really nervous. I'm going to restart. Which to that, I was like, okay, that's cool.
Respect.
Yeah, good. He wants to do it right. So he restarts it, but he forgets the lyrics midway. He looks at his hat. It looks like he was reading out of his hat and he still got it wrong. It was so like bad.
Well,
it was
that's
not cool.
interesting because did you go to a rodeo? What were you at where someone
I was at an MMA event in Phoenix.
Mama.
A mama event.
That makes sense. I love the national anthem. I love when people sing it. It just is a little moment to be patriotic and
It's
to like.
gonna be awesome.
But I will say that my voice teacher said, have the lyrics in front of you because as much as you think you
Yeah.
won't because when you're calm and I'm just singing it in front of her or singing it right here, it's fine. But
Yeah.
you don't know what nerves do to your system
Yeah.
sometimes, and they really
I
take
believe
it
in
over.
you. You have
And,
such
yeah,
great
I believe
recall.
she'll remember them, but
But the
You
words
would
are
great.
weird.
Yeah.
They
Put
are.
them in front of you.
Yeah.
You're not going to, no one's going to even know.
Who's brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Or, over, but o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free? Is it for or the land?
Or the land.
land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, boy.
Think it's
Going
or
back-
the land.
Going back to making it your own, though, I have a question. Do you like it when artists cover other artists and they make it a little bit their own, or do you like it sounding exactly like the original?
Great question. I like exactly what I just said. I want the cover. So if I'm seeing someone in concert, and I know the song, like say they're covering a Taylor Swift song, I want to know that I could sing with them and like sing it and know it. Because I like to, not to sing along, but at least mouth along with it. And I don't want them to do anything with it that is really abandoning it. But I also believe that they should do something a little bit of their own. So for instance, this weekend, it was so much fun on the road this weekend. I don't know what's happened. Like, first of all, thank you so much to everyone who comes out. So many fucking besties come out.
Yay.
None of you gave me shit about the Andrew thing. None of you gave me shit about taking it down to 1 week. All of you were just excited to see me. You gave me presents. Mom, one girl gave me her gloves. I was like, I love your gloves. And she was like, do you want them?
Oh.
And I was like, yes, they're like these vintage. I don't want to say vintage, but they're like early Patagonia. Before
fit you?
They don't work on cell phones, so they're like definitely pre 2009. They fit me. They're mittens that go over, but then the fingers are cut off. That was in Burlington. Thank you so much to that girl who gave me the fucking gloves off her hands.
So
I love them
sweet.
so much. Then another bestie gave me she was a total hilarious person. She didn't want picture with me. She just wanted them to film her interaction. So she gave me a bestie bracelet. And she got one for herself. So we had friendship bracelets. It's in the other room. I haven't put it on yet, only because it hasn't been in front of my face. So the second it is in front of my face again, and I haven't unpacked yet. So don't be hurt if I don't do that. And then two other girls, and that was so nice. And then two other girls brought me a framed picture of themselves that was signed. And they were like, we thought you'd want a framed picture of us. And I was like, I love this frame. Like, I'm definitely going to take you guys out of this and put in a picture
That's
of Poppy.
funny. That's
and they
cute.
laughed at that. And but everyone was so nice, and we took
Aw,
pictures, and people had bestie merch, and it was just so good to see you guys after like kind of a hard week of like does everyone hate me? What's the podcast going to be? It was just nice to see faces and have no one come up and be like kind of like there's no tinge of like, we know something's wrong or like something's going. It was just like nothing but positivity. But what was really fun was that Anya's fiance, Matt, my tour manager, his band, The Natural Lines, opened for me, and in both Burlington and Providence, Rhode Island. And they were so good. And it was so fun because it was like I got to go see one of my favorite bands perform 5 songs of theirs that I know by heart. I love so much, and they sounded awesome. I mean, it was 5 people in a band.
God, Nikki. It
was a
That's
big
so
band.
cool that you do that.
Oh my God.
You invite them to come.
Well, they asked, and I was like, that's actually, and Matt thought of the idea, and I was like, that's a great idea. And then at the end, Matt's like, and thank you to Nikki. We're going to play one of her favorite Taylor Swift songs, and we might need a little help. And so
everyone was saying, oh, you
he
sang
starts
a lot.
singing Anti-Hero, and then I come out and I sang the whole song, and then the crowd sings it because everyone knows it now.
Oh,
It's
nice.
me. Hi, I'm the problem. But even with that song, like, trying to find something about it that I can make my own is hard. And I'm like, because it's not that fun to sing that song, like in terms of technique for me, because it's just like, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. And that just like, there's no like extended notes where you can play with anything. So even
It's
with
just
that, I
your
was trying to
voice.
go like, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Like trying to like
Change it up a little bit.
yeah, just to give
Yeah.
it something that I can play with, because it doesn't suit my voice as well. But after saying all of that, my favorite thing, one of my favorite covers of Taylor Swift song is Sarah Bareilles, who is a gigantic talent in her own right. She did that song. I wanna see you be brave. Dum, dum, dum,
I love her.
You like that?
I don't know
You're not
that
gonna
song.
write you a love song.
Oh, I know that
'cause
song.
you asked. Yeah, she's awesome. She did a cover of Taylor Swift's Clean, and it's awesome, and it's on YouTube, and it's one of my favorites, so check that out.
Well, that's really nice that you surround yourself with the people that you love anyway.
It was so much fucking fun. I cannot tell you, like, I love hangs. That is what I miss more than anything. It's what I miss about going to the cellar. It's what I miss about living in New York. It's what I miss about being, when you get to be 38, to all of our young besties out there, and you're hanging out with your friends every night and going to bars, and that shit goes away. People get married, people have kids, people get lives, people get jobs. It's just that just sitting around and talking goes away. And so after the shows, I'm used to, like, Andrew's already tired, he's going to bed. Anya and Matt have been working all night. They're going to bed, and everyone and I'm still like adrenaline up. And I know besties are like, "Come hang with us." You don't know. I don't know you, so I can't really like commit to those.
Right.
You know. And so I'm just so used to, like, afterwards I just sit at the venue. I eat my food, and like everyone hangs out and kind of placates like me, just having a little bit more energy, and we kind of talk a little bit. But then we go back to the hotel and we're done.
Right.
Because no one drinks either.
Right.
So drinking is something that keeps people up. That's another thing in your 30s. People get sober, and no one alcohol is a big part of hanging out. And so we go. So the other night we leave the venue in Burlington and we go back to our hotel. And I walk in the lobby thinking, like, oh, this sucks. Like, I just have to go to bed. I have so much energy. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all. I'm going to be up all night. I can only like masturbate once. No offense, Mom. I don't know why I said no offense, but I guess, yeah, I hope no offense was taken.
Offended. Just kidding.
You're so offended that I masturbate. That would be so funny. Like, I guess you could be offended, but I almost said it like you would have taken like umbrage. Like, Nikki, like you were my boyfriend or something.
Nikki, what are you doing that for?
Yeah. So,
no, I don't care what you do.
And Anya was staying with me too, because Matt had the band. He was staying in a room with all them, and then Anya was like, "I'm going to sleep in bed with you," which was awesome because I was like, "Oh, good, I'll have someone to talk to."
Yeah.
But we walked back in, and the band was all like in the bar area of this hotel hanging out, and I was like, "Oh, hi guys," and I was just like, "Yes." And so we sat down, and I didn't really know them. I got to sound check. I met them all.
Drink.
No, they drink.
Oh.
But they weren't like, they're not heavy drinkers
No,
or
but
anything.
they're having a drink. Yeah.
They're in a band, so they're used to like staying out late afterwards and like hanging out, which comedians like don't do that. We're all just like, we go to our separate hotel rooms, we jerk off, we go to sleep, and we fall asleep watching TikTok or whatever. Like, we're just boring. We take a shit. We just like, we're not hanging out. And I used to at the Cellar because it was a bar. People are hanging out, but there's no place on the road for us to do that anymore because we don't drink.
Right.
And so we got back, and I was just like, oh, and Anya's like, I think I'm going to go to bed. And I was like, okay, but I'm going to stay down here. Like, I'm so excited. And this band was so cool. Shout out to Dan, the drummer. Shout out to John, the guitarist. Shout out to Chris, the guitarist. Shout out to Heidi. Heidi. She always says, her name is Hillary, but I kept being like, I keep thinking her name is something else. She was like, do you think it's Heidi? And I was like, now I do.
Oh my God.
So
why?
Hillary on the keys and backup vocals, were all so freaking nice. And it was just like,
that's traveling with a band.
Need
it's so
to
fun.
be in a band. So I have some big ideas for myself
All
because
right.
I need to be in a band. It's too much fun. It was like everyone, and they're all just in their late 30s. I think Hillary Heidi is in her like early 30s, but they're just extraordinary musicians. They're all so cool. They didn't think they were better than me because I'm not a musician. They included me. Like, I felt like I was in a band. Like, I felt like musical and cool. And like, we were just talking about life stuff, and they're all artists. So
yeah,
I don't know. And it's been a long time since I've sat around with people and been like, so what's like the most pain you've ever been in your life? Or like, was there ever a time you thought you were going to die? Or like, just talking about like really interesting things, or like, you know, what's the most in love you've ever been in, and how bad did that go wrong? Like, we were just getting into like cool stories and sharing stories. It was awesome. And I loved it so freaking much.
Yeah, it's such a down. I mean, I was with you in Santa Barbara when Anya had her gig.
Yes.
And that was really fun. We went out to eat afterwards, and I thought
that was the best hang.
Yeah, so I felt like I understand what it's like when Anya, because you weren't doing it, but I mean, you weren't performing.
Yeah.
You finally had a night off.
Yes.
God love you. But Anya, I would thought, this must be fun for Anya, just like the night's not done, you know?
Yeah, well, that was the best. We went out that was like the best night of my life this year, I think, was like watching Anya perform, getting to sing one song with her. Not really having to do anything myself comedically. Right. I wasn't there as a comedian. I was just there as like a friend supporting, and then going out to dinner with us three and like talking about boys and life, and
it was
just
fun. Really
it's
fun.
different. I realized that hanging out with you without dad is different for me than with dad. It's like a different dynamic for me. And I'm like, mom needs to go on girls trips more.
Girls trips. I'm in.
I know you would be pretty great on a girls trip.
I
was
would
thinking
be.
like,
I never asked
I
to
would
come.
kind of hate if any of you brought your moms because I don't know them. Noah's like, I'd hate if you brought my mom too. Noah, I've
I'm not
invited your
going.
mom on the next girls trip. Well, there is one coming up. You can't go to it, unfortunately,
That's-
because it's already fully booked.
Right.
And we can't fit any more people in the.
I don't
And Noah,
expect
you're
it.
still pending, so there is a spot
Okay.
still for you.
Thank you.
On the pull-out couch in
Probably
the
won't
lobby
be able to
of the
go,
hotel.
but
I'm just. I had a feeling. I didn't want to press it, but there is one coming up. We're excited about. But it's just so nice to have a mother that can hang.
Thanks, Nikki.
Yeah, I really appreciate you.
No, I came home from that trip going, I loved that trip.
It was the best
And
time.
we got
It
to
was-
hang out with Chris, a little
Yes.
bit. And
Oh
I
my
got
God.
to hang out with Tiffany.
Oh, my mom and Tiffany Haddish, and then Kevin
She
Hart.
keeps calling me. I mean,
Well, today I went
Just
on this
kidding.
KMOV show, and I was promoting the parade. So it was Kent Earhart, who you know.
Yeah, I know who
He's
that
like
is.
a weatherman,
Yeah.
also news guy, and then this other girl. And we were doing this like live kind
Wow.
of broadcast, like after.
how come you don't tell us about that?
I didn't
would've
know it was
watched-
live. I didn't know it was live.
Oh,
They thought
gosh.
they said it was just like online. So it was online only. It would have been a
okay.
nightmare for you to find.
Yeah,
There's like three people
probably.
watching. And so we were interviewing on it, and the girl right before was like, is it Glaser? And I was like, it's Glaser. And I never care if people don't know. I just
Yeah.
don't care. And she was like, and I could tell she was maybe a little bit embarrassed. And I should just tell people so they don't have to ask, because it is
Yeah.
an admission that I don't know who you are kind of thing.
Yeah.
And when you're interviewing, so to make her feel better, I go, I actually did a show with Kevin Hart last week, and everyone was like, he knows who you are. He's so excited to have you on the show. And then he was like, is it Nikki Glaser? And so I go, even Kevin Hart did
not know.
But then they both go, then Kent Earhart is like, oh, you want to pick up that name you just dropped? And I was like, oh, I wasn't bragging. I was trying to make her feel better that she's like
Right.
Kevin
Oh,
Hart.
that's funny.
But and
That's funny.
but it was really fun. We did that show, and then afterwards we did these like promos for the thing where I hope I find it so I can post it on our socials. If you guys see it on TV, because you watch TV,
Yeah.
it's a promo that's airing this week on Channel 4. If anyone in St. Louis area sees it, please film your TV and send it to me. But it's me going like, I'm about to shoot a promo, and I'm looking at the script. It looks like kind of behind the scenes.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so I'm Nikki Glaser. This Thanksgiving, I will be the Grand Marshal of Thanksgiving Day Parade. Okay, cool, got it. And then Kent walks in and goes, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, I'm the Grand Marshal of the Parade. I'm shooting the promo. And he goes, I always shoot the promos. And I go, okay, we want to do it together? And he's like, I guess. And so then we do the promo together. We're like, and it goes from us being like kind of not friends to being
Right.
like, this Thanksgiving and there's like snow coming down, and we're like in these like scarves and hats, and we're
that's
like,
cute.
the Thanksgiving Day Parade. And then his co-host Laura comes off the side of the stage, and she goes, what are you guys doing? And I just go, Laura! And that wasn't a part of the script, but I just kept doing it because it's so funny. It
That's
was like
funny.
because
That's
it's
gonna-
delayed. It was like a soap opera, where we got caught like cheating, and I'm like,
busted.
Laura! And it was like almost one of those like telenova ones.
Oh
or
my! I can't wait to see
Telemundo
this.
ones.
Telemundo.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then
That's funny.
yeah, and then so Thanksgiving is coming up. We wanted to do top one, bottom one today, and we're gonna make it a very simple subject. It's Monday, so we're gonna do that when we get back, but it's gonna be Thanksgiving Day themed. I hope you got ready to talk about Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Are you?
Well, I went to the store and bought a bunch of stuff, but we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it right after this. Welcome back to the show. My mom just said she just coughed and goes, I never get a cough. And it's like, well, this is COVID, Mom.
No, it's
Welcome to the club. You got it.
No,
Do you have? I think people don't lose sense of taste or smell anymore. I don't think that's one of the symptoms.
no.
But you got the booster, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe
I'll
it
be
isn't.
okay.
You'll be. I'm not worried about you.
Whether
but
you're going to be okay is the other question.
Thanksgiving is upon us, and I hope to everyone out there that you have someone to spend it with. And if you don't, maybe I'll go live on Instagram on our socials, and you can spend it with us. I think that might be fun.
Sure.
I hate to think that anyone is alone on Thanksgiving. And I
Yeah.
do think that Instagram lives, at least when I watch some of people, I feel like I'm hanging out with someone. So
Yeah,
and
that's
even when I
nice.
go live on my own, I feel like everyone there like I go on them when I'm alone. So look for that night. I'm very excited. I get to spend Thanksgiving Eve with Chris and his family, and you're going to come too. We're going to go play racquetball. Is that it?
Paddle tennis. Oh, paddle. I don't even know what it is,
Paddle
but I'm
tennis.
ready to go.
Yes. So it's like outdoor tennis, but it's somewhere between pickleball and tennis. I don't understand. We're going to a country club. It's going to be very
I don't
fun.
know what to expect at all.
I've
I
gone
need to
every
Google
single
it.
year for so long. You don't need to Google it. It's very simple. It's like ping pong. It's like it's easy.
Okay.
You don't need to.
Is there a
invest.
table
What do you mean?
or is it a wall?
No, it's a court. It's a tiny court.
Are there
caged
people
in.
on the other
Yep,
side?
there's people on the other side judging.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Judging.
Yeah,
You
we're gonna
judging.
we're gonna put our moms against each other. See who's the better
let's
mom.
go, Kate.
They call her Kate. Like all the convies call her Kate. How would you
Mom?
feel about me calling you Julie
Julie?
instead of mom?
I don't know.
I don't think I could do it.
I never called my mom Marge.
You never. Yeah, you said mom.
Mom. Yeah.
I'm trying to get Chris to call me babe. I really want.
I would like
babe.
Chris not to call me Mrs. Glaser. How
I want
about
him to
that
call me
one?
Mrs. Glaser.
Feel free. But
Even add a Mrs. to it.
if he calls me Mrs. Glaser on Wednesday, I'm going to have to.
He does do that. Yeah, he's got to call you Julie.
Yeah,
because he doesn't call you Mrs. Glazer in front of me.
No, he calls
he calls you a
Jules.
bitch. I'm just kidding.
No, he'll say something like Jules.
Yeah,
or
he says
something.
Jules.
Yeah,
and he
tell
calls
him-
me Glaze.
Yeah, tell him to call
I'm
me.
tired of it. I want to be Miss Glazer or Babe. I'm trying to get him to babe me up.
Babe.
I love Babe.
But you have to force him to call you babe. I don't like it.
I don't care. That's what I always say in my relationship. If there's
don't like
something
it.
I want, if I go, babe, touch me more.
Oh,
like I want
God.
more things, and he
Yeah.
does it. I don't care. I'm not like, oh, he's only doing it because I told him. It's like good. He's doing what I need him to do. I like that. I
Right.
don't punish him for doing things that I tell him to do. I'll just go, thanks for following the rules. Repeat after me. So Thanksgiving is gonna be fun, but we're gonna eat dinner at. You're having it.
Yes.
Are the kids coming?
Of course, the whole thing.
So
damn.
me and Lauren, the kids.
Right,
And then Forrest, Poppy, and Arlo,
right,
and then Dad and Mom.
right.
It's been a while since I guess we did it last year, did we? I remember
sure
Andrew
we
eating
did.
so much. I had to go do a show.
Oh, Andrew was there,
and he ate so much that he looked pregnant.
No, he
And
was
Lauren
so
was
upset.
pregnant
He
at
was
that
so
time.
hungry. Lauren was pregnant.
Oh, and he started eating before
he couldn't wait.
He got his plate and went into the dining room and started eating before
I
any
think
of us
he ate
got.
like 2 plates full of food, and then he got sick.
Yeah, he got sick, but he started eating before we like all sat down.
Yeah.
Like, not that we're a family who like
We
prays,
don't care.
but it's Thanksgiving.
Eat it
You
while it's hot.
I agree. I
Eat
agree.
it while it's
I
hot.
was just,
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
We're not all praying at
No,
the
we
table.
didn't. We didn't. But he had like one
We're
plate.
thankful though.
We are.
We are
but
very
I
thankful.
remember I have a picture of him bouncing, like touching stomachs with Lauren. Because
Yeah.
Lauren she gave birth the next day.
Yeah, she went and labored that
And
night.
they looked equally as pregnant. It was one of my favorite pictures
Yeah.
ever. That was a great Thanksgiving.
really
but
funny.
This year I don't have to shoot a special in one day after Thanksgiving, so I feel so much more relief. But let's talk about Thanksgiving food. The topic today for top one, bottom one is
Thanksgiving food.
Thanksgiving foods. So I mean, this is a subject that's probably everyone has a quick opinion on, but let's go through your least favorite Thanksgiving food. We always start with the bottom.
Well, I mean, I make Thanksgiving, so I don't make anything I don't like. So that's
Okay, well, let's say you're going to someone else's, like a tried and true thing, a thing you will not have on your Thanksgiving. We're not talking about your Thanksgiving food, like typical Thanksgiving foods that you're like, ew, that is overrated. Get
Okay.
that out of here.
one thing is people make ambrosia salads. Do you know what those are?
What is that?
They're like
No, isn't that a band
fruit
from the
with-
70s?
Yes, and I loved them.
Did you?
Yeah, I really like them. But
Not their salads,
It's
though.
marshmallow and fruit, and it's just it's gross. And the other thing I was
Is
thinking
it have
about,
like Jello in it? Is it like
it's
molded?
It's kind of like it might have some kind of gelatin in it.
disgusting.
I've never made it, but I was like, I do not like that.
I don't
sweet
think that is a real
stuff.
Like, does it have sweet potato kind of?
I don't think so.
Mixed it-
Sweet potatoes.
I'm gonna
do
Google
have
ambrosia salad.
They do have marshmallows on them too sometimes.
Okay, yes, I do know that. Okay, so ambrosia salad, which no one's.
Ambrosia.
Oh, gross.
Oh man, I'm looking at it. It's disgusting.
What's in it?
Okay, ambrosia salad with Cool Whip. Okay, this the recipe is okay.
One big sugar bomb.
Oh God, why don't they just have this easily accessible?
And it's not even a dessert.
You know
It's
what?
like-
I'm not someone who looks up recipes because I don't cook anything. But why is it such a clusterfuck to find just to find the ingredients?
Okay,
and I know
here's
people
what
have said
you
this
do.
before. You have to read a whole story first.
No. They've changed everything. I've always looked up recipes for years.
Yeah.
Now, right underneath it says jump to recipe.
Oh, it does?
Yes. So you gotta grab it before you go down.
lucky.
1 can of mandarin oranges,
Oranges.
drained.
That's right. Okay.
1 can of pineapple tidbits. I don't like that word.
I think my mom used to make
It
this.
just sounds like people are like, hey, here's a pineapple tidbit.
Here's a healthy meal.
Sometimes. Like, it just sounds like a
No, they think it's
a
healthy.
rumor about pineapples, tidbits. 1 cup of miniature marshmallows, 1 cup of shredded coconut. I do love the texture of coconut. Some people are anti-texture
love
of coconut.
Yeah.
And 1 cup of sour cream. How on earth?
Sour cream.
That
that's it.
seems like something you would make when you are locked in your house because there is some kind of nuclear war outside, and it's the last.
It's the last things in your
Right.
cupboard.
I mean, this is truly
All
the
those
most.
things.
Who would ever think to put all those together? If that tastes good, that's brilliant.
Someone who's high. That's like stoner
Yes,
food.
people Yes.
It's it's very
Someone
sweet.
who's high and locked inside during an apocalypse.
And you know what
Very
else bugs
select
me?
group. Yeah.
People go, I make the best green bean casserole. Well, is yours any different than everybody else's? It's the same recipe.
Well, why is that different than saying you make the best anything? I mean, like, aren't all recipes kind of the
Because
same?
I mean, a turkey, you have to really
There's
baste.
finesse.
Yes, you have based it. There's all special
you gotta
things.
stuff it.
In a salad, different things are in a salad. But
Salad. I feel like those are the easiest things to make ever. There's no cooking involved unless
well,
you're
you still
roasting
gotta
vegetables.
you still got to make your dressing.
The dressing, I guess, you take some finesse. Yeah, but a green bean casserole, you think that's the thing? Stop bragging about that.
Quit bragging about your damn green bean casserole.
I want to hear more of your pet peeves of people with their dinners and like.
Let me see what else. No, but that green bean casserole. I just heard this last night. Somebody said I make the best green bean. It's like, oh, you put fried onion rings in it. Oh, really? In that can? They're all together at the grocery store. You can get.
Yeah, it's canned, right? Green bean
they're
casserole is based on a canned.
They're canned green beans with canned cream of mushroom soup.
All right.
There's nothing.
Yeah, there's
incredible
nothing
about it.
Okay.
You know.
So ambrosia salad, it sounds equally disgusting to all of us. Noah, what is your least favorite? By the way, your top is so freaking
It's
cute.
so
That's my
cute.
favorite Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's
food.
my favorite.
Thank you.
Where's that
It is
from?
very Thanksgiving. This is like old H&M.
Oh man,
Oh,
that's
it's cute.
good.
Do you want me to
God,
give
man,
it
it
to you?
sucks
no,
how
it
good
just
H&M
looks
is.
cute in anything.
I
but
know.
that's really cute. On
It
you.
is cute. It's off
Okay,
the
well-
shoulder. There's flowers on it.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
a good
cute.
look. And she's got those. You got your roots coming in pretty heavily.
Yeah, they
That
look
is a
perfect.
good fucking look, girl.
Yep,
I love
looks
it.
great.
You make me want to grow out my roots. All right, Noah, what's your least favorite Thanksgiving food?
You're gonna not think so highly of me after I say this, but my least favorite food is the turkey. I fucking hate
yeah.
turkey.
How
Wait,
do
you hate turkey?
Whoa.
So one is I don't like the bird turkey. It's my second least favorite bird.
Well, you should
and I
probably
only
like
have
to
two.
eat it then. Wait.
Huh?
Oh yeah. Wait, Noah
No.
hates birds.
No. I hate
She doesn't-
two
Birds
birds.
in general?
No, I
Wait,
hate two
why?
birds.
Why do you hate
turkeys?
turkeys?
Pigeons
And let me guess the other
turkeys.
one.
Pigeons and turkeys.
I was going to say pigeons.
Yeah.
Because they are obnoxious.
You know why? Because turkey, they're not afraid. I don't like birds that are not afraid of you, like, with the exception of like falcons and stuff like that. But
Birds of prey.
yeah, I've been chased by turkeys, and I think that's why I'm too scared to eat them.
You
And I
have
don't like the way they
vendetta.
taste. Yeah,
I like
so
that the fear that they put in you makes you not want to eat them, though. You would think you would like, oh, I can't wait to eat that fucking stupid turkey that's been chasing me, you know?
right. And here's the thing:
Because they
if
do
I ever-
taste delicious. I'm a vegan and
No.
turkeys are delicious.
I don't think they taste delicious.
Wow.
But
Wow.
if I eat an animal, I was like a vegetarian, and then I started introducing protein back into my diet from animals. So I just like appreciate it, and I say grace to the animal almost before I eat
That's
it.
so nice.
But I can't. I don't like turkeys so much that I just can't even eat. Like
They make
fathom
you like
eating
think
them.
you're like eating a cockroach. Like they gross you out and they just cause
Yeah.
you anxiety. Just the
Yeah,
word
yeah.
turkey.
Not anxiety. I just
Wow.
like disgust.
You
To
don't
be
even like the
honest.
shape of your hand when you trace it on a piece of paper.
I want
You won't
nothing to
even-
do with turkeys.
Nothing to do with it.
What
I have
about
to
you,
say
Nikki?
turkeys are fucking delicious. and I am someone who is a vegan.
They're
and-
delicious.
And I'm so sorry to turkeys for being so good tasting.
Well, we're not having them this year
Good
because
of me?
yeah, but I was talking to Lauren. I'm like, what do you want? Do you
My
want
sister.
a lentil loaf? And
Yuck.
she said, that sounds so gross, Mom. I'm like, okay, I was going to do
Just get a turkey. Everyone
No,
eats
here's
turkey
what
except
here's
me,
what we're
Mom.
doing. I was going to have a big party in Cincinnati with Cornish game hens, and no one wanted to do it. My brother and EJ didn't.
My
wanna
mom
do it.
has this thing where she gets a craving for a food, and it must happen. And now I'm guessing Cornish
Must-
game hens are like
that was the happening. It was going to
your
happen.
cough is going away because you're salivating so much that it's lubricating your lungs.
I feel like I don't have COVID anymore.
Yeah, just think about these Cornish
went
game
away.
hens. Who craves a Cornish game hen?
Well,
I know
what
they're
is-
little.
What is that?
No, I wanted to because I knew I was going to have a vegan Thanksgiving. I was thinking that.
Well, thank you so much for not killing turkeys, but killing
I
these
didn't.
tiny little hens.
I'm killing little hens.
Okay.
So I feel
Well-
bad. But anyway, your sister said, Mom, serve those. Matt would like those.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I've got them. I'm going to serve them.
Have I ever been someone who makes you like when you're eating it?
No, I just wanted to honor you for a second.
For a second.
And then that was
you
it.
honor
the
me all the
Grand
time.
Marshal
I
of the
don't.
Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah, I thought this is
you
Nikki's
know what?
day. I don't want to eat a turkey.
I will still be wearing my sash and carrying my scepter that night, which I hope
Wait,
to
do you
get,
get that?
on a float.
I hope
No, I hope I got a scepter. That would be so
I
cool.
think if you request it,
Yeah, I got to put a scepter request
get your
in.
agent on it.
They don't even know I'm doing this.
Oh my God.
But
Does anyone know you're doing this? Have you posted anything?
know nothing about it because there hasn't been there. You know, to post anything, you have to have like a graphic about it, or you got to make a
Oh,
video.
gotcha.
I'll post it. I got a picture today shooting that.
Okay, you got to put
promo
it out there.
Gotta put it out there. My
What's your
besties know
bottom?
I talked about it on here. My least favorite is cranberry sauce. I don't get it. It just reminds me of just jelly. If you want to put jelly on your rolls, put those like I don't know what to do with it. It's always seemed like I think we've actually talked about this. It just I just don't know if I'm gonna eat something so packed with sugar and preservatives and just like bad for you on every level. I mean, maybe there's some vitamins in it.
Right.
I'm gonna eat pumpkin pie or like whipped cream. Like I'm gonna or
Well, I'm making
even just like
fresh.
pears in a salad or something.
That's out of a can and it's jellied. I'm making
Okay.
whole cranberry.
I don't know. I just think about those men on those cranberry juice commercials standing in that
Field with their boots
field
on.
with all those cranberries just farting into like,
Yeah,
it's-
slopping
I don't-
around
I
with
feel
their
the same way
boots.
about turkeys that or about those men and those cranberries. I've never liked a cranberry. What are we all got UTIs that we got to fix? Why is that the only time cranberries are introduced into our diet? Why just that time of year?
I
or
haven't-
you have a UTI?
No, I have it. I have
You have a good
cranberries.
recipe?
No, I'm making whole cranberries.
Okay. And thank you so much for doing dinner.
Yeah, you're
we went to
welcome.
Ruby Tuesdays a couple years ago.
That was
and
so
that leads us to
fun.
my favorite Thanksgiving food, the Ruby Tuesdays salad bar. That was so
Me
good.
too.
Dude, we love
We
a Ruby
were-
Tuesdays salad bar. If you are someone that lives near a Ruby Tuesdays, do not underestimate the salad bar. It is like, I bet it's like $10 at this point, and then you can do a salad bar plus 2 sides, and I think it rounds out to like $13.99.
It's
and
delicious.
it is a great meal. I love Ruby Tuesdays. Love that.
We were loving
Not
that.
sponsored, by the
I
way.
wasn't cooking for the first time ever.
And I go, Mom, let's just go to Ruby Tuesdays. We know we want it. You
Yeah.
know you want it. So
Your
we
dad
drove,
was kind of hesitant.
We drove like 9 miles to go to a Ruby
Yeah,
Tuesdays.
it's not close by.
It wasn't close. And it was during COVID, I think. It was the first year. It was 2020. Final thought. Let's go on to our favorite Thanksgiving foods.
Okay.
We know yours is Cornish game hens.
No, it's turkey
No,
for sure.
It's
No,
the,
it's really
it's the
actually.
sea urchin on discount. I got it for
Oh
sale.
no, you did it.
Noah for the win. $5.99. Got it.
Nikki,
Got all this urchin.
no.
Have you ever had sea urchin?
Sea urchin. It's
Squid.
Squid. Of course, I have.
Well, we know you've had squid, but sea urchin?
Not sea urchin.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Where are you getting that from?
Well, Noah's taking it up. Noah's doing, comedy.
It was in the
She's
discount bin.
exaggerating.
At the Safeway.
Oh my God,
Going
Noah,
to
you guys gotta watch the
Albertsons.
video. Noah's neck is doing things that I really like. Going to Albertsons, discount bin, baby. Got some urchin, gonna eat it tonight.
Listen, I don't go
It's
to
a treat.
Albertsons or Urchin World.
Your dad's playing tennis. I'm making my own dinner. Don't have to worry about him getting some urchin.
He doesn't deserve urchin.
Oh God, I've never seen your face light up with, like when I gave you that squid salad that one night.
Oh, my God.
It was so nice to do that. And you know what? I don't like serving squid to
I'm
anyone.
not eating it
because they're
anymore.
intellectual animals. But I didn't mind it because I knew how honored it was. Like you weren't just eating it like whatever. Like I hate when people just eat chicken or are like I don't like that. I don't want any. I'm not even hungry, and they just like waste a chicken's life. But you are gonna eat every part of that squid.
I'm
And
so
I love it.
thankful.
You honor it.
Yeah, I honor it.
Okay. Oh my God, there was a funny joke made this weekend of we were talking about kids that get eaten by alligators, and someone like where they've just been snatched off the. It's so sad. We weren't like making.
Does it
fun
really
of it.
happen?
It happened at
often?
Disney World.
Oh.
An alligator, like there was a kid waiting at the Disney World resort, like on one of the
Oh,
hotels.
I remember
It was
that.
a 3-year-old boy.
Was
It so
this
sad.
like 10 years ago?
It was in the last 10 years,
Yeah.
but it wasn't 10 years ago.
I remember that.
It's so tragic, but the alligator did use every part of the little boy. So he did. That was my joke.
He honored him.
You know how they always say like use every part of the animal.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just a reverse joke. You had to be there. So my favorite. Wait, your favorite is turkey.
No, actually, it's dressing. I love dressing with gravy on it. I'm a bread
you mean
girl.
gravy? Oh wait, no. Dressing
do you
is the
mix?
stovetop stuffing.
No, dressing is, stuffing.
So what? It's almost like a
Don't know why
frosting and
they call it-
icing. It's
I
like
don't
the
know why they
same
call
word.
it dressing.
Dressing in St. Louis, or I guess in Cincinnati, my mom's gets her words from. They call stuffing dressing.
Yeah, and I think dressing means they're stuffing.
Why don't you
the
make
turkey.
stuffing during the year then? Like if that's your favorite food,
I
that's what I'm
sometimes do when
You
I
do?
make. Yeah, when I make
when
it. Like,
Dad's
I,
playing tennis late or practicing with his band, making stuffing for dinner.
I usually have 2 turkey dinners throughout the year. Like,
Yeah, you do.
I love that meal.
Now, do you need the stuffing inside the turkey?
no, I don't do that.
Or do you put it on top of it because it's dressing?
I put it on its head. No,
It's a headdress.
no, I cook it separately.
Okay, is it breadcrumbs? What
Yeah,
is
it's just
it?
breadcrumbs and an egg and poultry seasoning and a little chicken broth.
Sounds like an ambrosia
And-
salad.
no,
A savory ambrosia salad.
onion and celery and
I've never liked stuffing. Again,
Oh,
if
God,
I'm
I
going
love that
to
stuff.
eat something that feels like not that good for you, I'd want to do crescent rolls with some strawberry jam, or
that we
like
serve that too.
if I'm gonna carb load, I want to choose the. I don't understand people that just like will eat things, but you love that, so that makes sense to me.
I love it.
I don't love the taste of that stuff, so I'm just like I wouldn't waste part of my meal on that. Noah, what are you gonna do for that? What you're looking forward to the most?
I don't like.
And what are you doing?
Yeah, and what are
Really?
you doing?
Oh, I'm going to Colorado to see family. Obviously,
Oh, nice. Where in Colorado?
Denver.
Oh, fun. Oh, I'm jealous. That'll be so fun. I love Denver
Why?
so
You're
much.
gonna have fun.
I'm-
You've got a lot going on that day.
You
so
know,
don't
you
act
see
like
if you can make a plate for me there.
she doesn't have
more than-
anything going on. So can she come?
No,
to
but I
that?
just love Denver so much.
Yeah, you
It-
do.
and Columbine.
Yeah, we had
Okay,
a
you're
great
gonna
time
stop
in
by?
Denver together.
We did have the best
Oh
time.
yeah, you went there.
All right. So Noah, favorite.
I gotta admit, Thanksgiving, the food is my least favorite type of food. It's all just so heavy and like very sweet.
Too
the
much.
turkey, I don't like the turkey. So there's really nothing that I like. I always just either put like mashed potatoes and like salad and biscuits. That's like
what's missing from it for you? Like, what are you wanting instead of that? Like pizza?
I mean, I like sweet potato, but when they put the marshmallows over it, it's just like so over the top sweet. I don't have a sweet
Yeah.
tooth. So the food is like
Oh, really?
too heavy
You-
or
you're not
sweet
a-
for me.
Have you ever been a sweet tooth? Like even as a kid, did you like sugar? I don't know why I said it
No.
like that. Sugar?
I don't,
You didn't? You weren't like a candy head?
No, I was not a candy head.
Whoa.
Because I'm more
I am
into like
shocked.
savory, like hot potato chips or like Funyuns and stuff like that.
You love.
Well,
she
savory
loves
is all over that Thanksgiving meal, girl.
yeah. But
Sorry.
but it's savory
it's-
and sweet. There's like the gravy is sweet. There's fruit and
No, the
everything.
gravy's-
That's why she doesn't like it. It's fucking
Oh.
up her savory.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
It's fucking
But
up my savory.
Yeah.
So I
And-
guess
yeah.
if I had to choose Julie is reminding me that the stuffing is usually how I fill up on Thanksgiving, so I'm not hungry. So literally stuffing.
All right.
You
well,
stuff yourself with stuffing.
I would like to say that my favorite thing to do, and I'm just, I always do this with top one, bottom one. I kind of just like, I don't pick one.
You break the
because
rules.
for me, Thanksgiving is about I break the rules, and I break the rules on Thanksgiving, but I actually think I follow the rule, which is you got to mash it all together. And that's why I love Thanksgiving is like, it's a goulash at the end. So I like, my mom makes an amazing salad that usually has blue cheese in it, but not anymore because I'm vegan. But she makes a great salad. I don't even know what you put in that salad.
I don't even know what salad you're talking about.
It has like balsamic, but it has like
make...
very thin. Like I love the way you do very thin purple onions in the salad with romaine. And it's just a really dense, hearty salad. And I put a huge plate of that. That's half my plate, and the other half is mashed potatoes, but mashed cauliflower. I really like because let me say, I just like to eat gigantic amounts of food, so I don't like things that are gonna fill me up, right? Because I want to keep eating forever and ever and never stop.
You won't believe how many Brussels sprouts I bought.
Mashed cauliflower, and then Brussels sprouts, baby,
roasted,
with a little bit of gravy and like some of the salad dressing maybe mixed in, and then the number one thing on any Thanksgiving plate that goes good with every single part of the dish, except maybe the salad because that's a cold dish, creamed corn, baby.
Oh, you want that?
Creamed corn is the most. That and A1 sauce were the two things as a kid that was like, this must cost $1,000 because Dad was always just like, you have too much creamed corn. Take it all the creamed corn. It's just like then I grow up and I'm like, it's $1.29 a can. I cannot believe as a child this was rationed to me. But Dad was always mad at me about the creamed corn
because he loves it.
He loves it. Dad and I have the creamed corn is so freaking good, and I don't want it. I don't want you to make it fresh. I want it canned.
Oh yeah,
I want it packed with sodium.
I'm skimping this year. I'm doing easy breezy.
No, I appreciate you picking up this. Like, I don't know. Someone asked me. I guess it was my Uber driver yesterday. It was like, what are you making for, Thanksgiving? He's from Jordan.
Did you say nothing?
And I said, nothing. I've never made anything in my life for anything. I've been so lucky to not have to ever work.
Lauren's making the salad. She's making a kale salad.
Oh, that's interesting. Is she going to massage it?
Yes, she's going to massage it.
Well, that's really nice.
And hopefully she does it at her house.
I'll sing the national anthem before we eat for you guys. I'll sing Anti-Hero. Yeah. I don't know what I'm bringing to the table literally on Thanksgiving except my spirit, and I'll pay for some of it.
We're
I'm good for that.
Excited about you singing and being at the parade and finding out today that we get to ride in a trolley behind you.
Yeah.
It's going to be so fun.
Now, no eye contact with me.
Why?
Because I'm the Grand Marshal and I'm not like you on the I'm just kidding.
I got it. Yeah, okay.
I don't know how long it is.
God, I think it's long.
Really, probably an hour.
I mean, it's tempting to go on that trolley, but then we're stuck on the trolley.
Yes. I'm going to have presents for the kids. I bought a Barbie for Poppy. I hope she's not listening to the podcast. I know she's 4, but she's a huge fan. I bought a Barbie for her that's a full-figured Barbie.
Okay.
It's a fat Barbie.
All right.
And I was like, I love this. She's a fat vet. Not a veteran. Like, that would be a very inclusive Barbie if it was a fat veteran. But I was at DSW this weekend in the mall in Providence picking up some shoes last minute for my outfit, and I saw a fat Barbie, and I go, "This is awesome! I wish I had fat Barbies back." And she's not even fat. I'm saying fat without any judgment, by the way. I think fat is people should identify as fat, and it shouldn't mean anything bad. I think the idea that. I was talking about
that
Taylor's.
Fat means
bad.
bad.
Like, but you can just be fat, and that doesn't mean that you're bad.
Right.
Or if I'm trying to talk about it in my act right now.
I've heard
if
you talk
say
about
someone
this.
you say someone's ugly, people go, oh, or if you say ugly is a harsh word, I will admit that, and so is fat. But fat, I like the fat acceptance movement has made the word fat be like people are just like I'm fat, and that's the word for it. It's almost like little person, where you go that sounds more insulting than the other word we can't say.
Little person.
But little person is just the way they like to be referred to.
Right.
And I like that fat people are like, yeah, I'm just fat. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I'm just fat. It's like, who cares?
They're owning it.
But ugly is another thing that you can't call someone ugly because people go, no. It's like, but some people are ugly, and and as someone, I don't think I'm ugly. Some days I feel ugly. If I look ugly and I say I'm ugly, people go,
can't say
you're not ugly. And it's like, but I should be able to be ugly because I could be ugly someday. I could fall into
maybe someday, but you're not right now.
But but that's my problem is when people go, "You're not, no," and then it makes me feel like that's something I shouldn't be ever. And if I was, it would be a bad thing. And it shouldn't be. You should be allowed to be ugly. You should be allowed to be fat. You should be, all of these things that we sometimes. There's something in our society that equates ugly or fat with bad. Or like you're morally wrong. There's something weak about your character. There's something shifty about you. Like ugly people get paid less. I mean, across the board, there've been studies, and I wish people
it's
could
working
just
for
be,
me.
Well, ugly's working for you.
I'm not making as much money as I could.
No, I just think that it should be a thing you should be able to say, or I should be. Now there's this whole movement right now where they're taking the word anti-aging out of everything because it's going to be crazy to see things that say. Someday we're going to be like, can you believe they sold things as anti-aging? A thing that's inevitable for all of us. They were telling us not to do.
That's right.
And it is bonkers that like anti-wrinkle, anti-aging. And I love that kind of thing is changing. And we'll talk about that more next week. Enjoy the episode this coming Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for understanding about everything that has changed about the show. I hope you enjoyed the show today. I had so much fun. Mom, thank you for being here on a very
my
special
pleasure.
episode.
Thank you.
We miss you, Andrew. Good luck to you. And Noah, I love you. Thank you for all your support too over the past week or so. And we will see you next time. And check out Wednesday's episode. Don't be cut and jackfruit.